Hi and welcome. My name is Nick from Banyan Air Service. In just a moment, we're going to go over all the things that you need to know to fly to the Bahamas, including your aircraft requirements, filing your flight plan, filing your eAPIS. We'll also talk about clearing customs in the Bahamas and the process for returning to the U.S. from the Bahamas. Some of the requirements that you must have when flying to the Bahamas are: you must have a passport. You must have 12-inch tall letters and numbers for your tail number on your aircraft. The smaller tail numbers are not accepted. You must have one life jacket for each person on board the aircraft. You must file and receive the payment or the decal for the U.S. Customs. You also must have 3 copies of the C-7A cruising permit, and you must have the Bahamas immigration form filled out to present when you arrive in the Bahamas. You are required to file a flight plan to a port of entry. This is an airport in the Bahamas that has customs on the facility on site. And you must file an eAPIS. In just a moment, Pablo is going to show you and demonstrate how to file an eAPIS.
Hi, I'm Pablo from Banyan Air Service, and in just a moment I'm going to walk you through how to file an eAPIS to fly to the Bahamas. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to start from a fresh search from Google. You type eapis.gov and that will take you to the web page that we're looking for. It's this one, eAPIS cbpdhs.gov. Over here, the first thing you need to do is to create, enroll yourself with a eAPIS user and password, and keep that in several different places because they won't send you again that information. Once you have enrolled, you can start logging in. You're going to have to do it for the first time with a number that they're going to send you, and after that you can start with your own password. Okay, and once we're in, you have an option here which is the create crew and pilot information. For the first time you're going to have to put yourself as a crew member. As you can see here, I'm already here. What you do is you create a new one and you put all your information, and that will save your information for future trips. You can also have your spouse in there, so when you file for 2 crew members, she's going to be saved there. The only thing that doesn't save is the passengers. Now we're flying from United States to the Bahamas, so we go to create notice of departure. It's going to prompt you to the airplane, and then you put your airplane information here. After you put your airplane tail number and you go to look up for the airport, you're going to find the list of the airports where you're flying from. Now here, let's say you're departing from an airport that does not have customs. You have the option to put a nearby airport that does have customs. Let's say I'm departing from Pompano Airport. They don't have customs, but FXC does. So what you put here is KFXC, Fort Lauderdale, the date and the time, and here when it says actual departure, you put the airport where you're departing from. In this case, I'm going to put here Pompano, KPMP. So even though you're departing from Pompano, it won't let you put Pompano here because it doesn't have customs, just to make sure. Now the arrival information is the country where you're arriving, which is Bahamas, the airport. In this case, we're going to file going to Mike Yankee November, Nassau International. My flying time is going to be 1 hour, so I have 1600 arrival at Nassau. The intended foreign airport destinations, I'm going to leave it blank because I'm flying to Bahamas and stay in the Bahamas. And this right here is the estimated time and location of crossing of U.S. border or coastline. I take 15 minutes to cross. Now, how do you calculate that? Just calculate how long will it take you to get to 12 nautical miles off the coastline. So it's going to be 15:15. Since my departure time is 15 and it takes me 15 minutes, that's the time. This is your 24 hours emergency contact information. And here I'm going to put, and I'm going to show you, you can put one crew, one passenger, or you can put two crews, one passenger, and I'm going to show you the difference. And right here is the airplane information. It's a PA 28-200. Color is white. Call sign is the same as the tel number. Operator, I'm going to put my name. When you get to the operator name, you either put the name of the person, the owner of the airplane, or the company name, but you can't keep both. You have to get rid of one. If the aircraft owner is the same as the operator, you just click in here and it will put all the information again on the next field. Now we're going to click next and see. This is what I want you to see. The green messages, the warning green messages, indicate something that you may continue without the actual information. In this case, I have my decal number and I'll put it right there. Now, but if it was something like, for example, I left the name of the company on and I click next, look what happens. The arrow now is a red arrow. The red arrow means that you can go through until you fix that. In this case, it says either aircraft operator or individual name, company name or individual name. I fixed that just by getting rid of the company name, and it will let you continue to this crew number. Scroll down and look for yourself. You should have yourself already added here. Show details. Click show details. Click same address in the United States and save it to the manifest. Remember that you can always put one or two crew members. I'm going to take you back to where we had the two crew members. In this case, it's going to be one crew member and one passenger. So after you add yourself as a crew member, it's going to take you to the passenger information. Remember, the crew member is going to be always saved, but the passenger is not going to save it because it's assuming it's always a different passenger. In this case, we're going to put Nick as a passenger. Okay. In the case of a passenger, all you need is one document. As you can see, the red stars, those are mandatory fields. So passport for the passenger is all you need. In your case, you need two forms of identification. And we have added Nick Yardanella here as a passenger, and we click review the manifest. And now we're going to see the pilot, yourself, your information. It's always there for you to see. And if you have to change anything with Nick, you can always look it up and edit it. Once you make sure everything is correct, you have a final check right here where you can go one by one and check the tel number, departure, information, date, time, place, basic information, aircraft information, and passenger information. And then from here you can click submit. When you submit it, I suggest you print a copy and keep it to yourself, even though they're going to send you an email confirmation for the eAPIS. Okay, once we're done with the departure, notice of departure, we're going to create now the notice of arrival. We're at the Bahamas and we're coming back to the US. Eventually it's going to save all your information for the airplane in your own computer. And we're coming back to Fort Lauderdale. So we fill up the whole thing again. Okay, I'm flying at 4 p.m. 1600 local time, and my flight time is 1 hour back. And my estimated time of crossing the border is 15 minutes prior to arrival, so it's going to be 16:45. If you see here, it gave me a red error. Remember, the red errors are the ones that we have to fix. And in this case, it says passengers. If you have none, you have to put a 0 in there. Okay, we're coming back ourselves with no passengers. In this case, you pick up yourself again from the manifest, show the details. Don't forget to click here, address in the United States, and then save it to the manifest, and you'll be right there. And the same thing, no passengers, so you go all the way to the end, scroll down, review the manifest. It's going to show you coming back. You coming back the other way around, from Nassau back to Fort Lauderdale, with your information, and if you need to change anything, you can always do by going back. Submit it again and print a copy and bring it with you. I hope that demonstration answered all of your questions. However, if you need any further assistance, please feel free to ask any of our Banyan customer service representatives.
After you have discovered that it is better in the Bahamas and you're flying back from the Bahamas to the US, there are a few things that you need to know. There are some differences when you're leaving the Bahamas, coming to the United States. First of all, don't forget that you must have your US Customs decal or proof of purchase of this decal with you in order to enter back to the United States. You must also depart from a port of entry in the Bahamas, and while you are there, before you leave, you must pay the passenger departure tax that's required by the Bahamas. You also need to make sure that you file a U.S. Customs declaration form. One of these must be filled out per family. Also, very important, you absolutely must call U.S. Customs to schedule an arrival reservation. If you don't remember to do this, you may have a fine imposed on you. You also need to file your flight plan, just like before when you were going from the U.S. to the Bahamas, and you need to file an eAPIS as well. While en route from the Bahamas to the United States, you must contact Approach and get a discrete squawk code before reaching the ATIS boundary. Once you arrive in the U.S. and you clear customs, don't forget to close your flight plan. Banyan Air Service is your gateway FBO to the Bahamas. Located on Fort Lauderdale Executive Airport, Banyan is consistently voted the #1 FBO in the Southeast and provides the quickest and easiest access to and from the Bahamas and Caribbean islands. While you're at Banyan, be sure that you check out Banyan Pilot Shop, the world's largest pilot shop. Banyan Pilot Shop stocks everything you'll need to fly your aircraft to the Bahamas, including life vests, rafts for rent or purchase, charts, guides, and electronics and all the survival gear that you will need. Visit us in person on your next trip to the Bahamas, or check us out online at banyanair.com or banyanpilotshop.com.